Hello future tech leaders, I am Sindhuja. Based on my own experience, I know that learning the right skills can shape our future. What if I say learning was as thrilled as the tech world itself? There we go. A cloud foundation, that's exactly what you will experience. From day one, you will be immersed in the interactive sessions and expert-led courses that covers most of the widely used technologies in the zone of data science to cloud computing, which brings more light to the life of a techie. I'm so excited to help you and unlock the true potential of a technology. Well, then why to wait? Let's see what it unfolds.
Let's go with the implementation methodology. Going before the implementation methodology, just want to also share that as we are doing for SAP SuccessFactors, that is one of the cloud product for SP. Another product is on premises, that is SAP SuccessFactors. On premises is coming under ECC, that is Enterprise Central Components. ECC and SuccessFactors, they are two different products coming under SAP. Under ECC, you have a technical as well as a functional. In terms of functional side, there are sales and distribution, material management, finance, project systems. Here are like that. There are various functional models which is coming under the ECC and which is also called as a on-premises. Coming into the HR, because we are more discussing about the HR. Here are in ECC and the functional side we have either we call as SAP HR, we call as SAP CMM. When the customer is going for the implementation for the SAP CMM, that is the ECC product, it is known as SAP methodology. That is accelerated SAP methodology. Now also a lot of companies, they are still going and following with ECC, that is for on-premises. And some companies, they are slowly getting migrated from the on-premises to the cloud. That is for the success factor. From one product to the another product. And some companies, they keep both products that is on-premises also they are keeping, as well as success factor also they are keeping. That also you can see among the various customers. But if somebody is going for implementation for ECC, then that implementation is known as SAP methodology. That is called as a XCL methodology. In SAP methodology, we have these stages, that is project preparation, business blueprint, realization, final confirmation, goal line, support and maintenance. These are the 6 stages. Are there similarly when we come into the another product that is into the cloud, success factor. Success factor, when some customer is going for implementation, it is known as agile methodology or activated methodology. In terms of cloud, the activated methodology is again divided into stages, that is discover stage, prepare stage, explore, stage realize, stage deploy, stage run, launch and support. These stages both in on-premises and success factor, both the stages are similar. The activities are also similar, but the way of process which are going in on premises will be different and in cloud it will be different. Coming into the agile methodology, because we are more focusing on success factor but not into the SAP SCM. Just want to show the background how in SAP SCM what is the methodology which we are following. That is the reason I went back. But coming into success factor, we will be more discussing about the activated methodology. In activated methodology, we have 6 phases, that is starting from the discover phase. From discover phase to run and launch is something like a go live from scratch onwards, how we are going and implementing and going the application live into the system that is still run and launch. As we started with the introduction to mastery, I explained the process where we have the organizations, that is one which want to implement success factor, and then the organizations which is more into the partner company, and they are going into implementing success factor for various customers. And these partner companies, their role is more into the consulting side, and they take care of the support implementation and rollout projects. When into the discover phase, coming into the discover phase, how the things goes on. Again, I'm just explaining and how the process in the real time goes on. In the discover phase, the partner company, whoever the partner company is there, the partner company, and they will be setting up a meeting between the partner company sales team with the product team of the main company, to which they are planning for the implementation. And setting up a meeting like what is the requirement, what is the team size, what is the skills required, what are the resources required. They require the on-site team or they require the offshore team. The entire team will be decided during the sales team in coordination with the product team of the company. And also it will be having a more clarity. What are the areas, what are the scope of work which will be carried into implementation? What are the modules which they are planning for implementation? They want to keep the legacy system that is existing. ERP, they want to keep out, they want to totally migrate to the cloud. And what are the modules they will be taking care? All this will be discussed in the discover phase. Once they have a clarity that this is the team, this is the resource required, this is the timeline for the implementation, then what will happen there? In the discover phase, the partner company sales team, they will coordinate with the RMG team for getting onboarded depending the key users. The key users are something at a level that is called as a key users are at a level that is called as a transaction manager or we call as a service delivery manager. These transition manager and the service delivery manager will be onboarded into the project in coordination with the sales team. They will update to the RMG team internally, that is the recruitment team. And the recruitment team responsibility is to do the entire process. What is the resources required? And they will go for initially for the transition manager and the service delivery manager. This transition manager and the service delivery manager, they will be leading the project and they will be having an initial interaction with the product team. The sales team will introduce the service delivery manager as well as the transition manager to the product team. And further, then the service delivery manager and the transition manager will be coordinating for setting up the team. What are the skills required? Suppose they are going for implementation for employee central compensation, onboarding, recruiting. These are the resources required. What is the experience required? How many projects they have done? That is required. And are they certified or not? That is all will be evaluated and informed to the recruitment team. The recruitment team would try to identify internally as it is a consulting company, partner company. Partner companies like Accenture or Deloitte or Capgemini Tech, Mahindra. These are consulting companies. Internally, these companies, what they used to do, they will identify the resources internally. What are the resources which are available and which are having the capacity to take into the project? If they are on the bench or not, that will be evaluated. After checking internally, they will. Whatever the resources are available, they will try to onboard those resources into this project. And whatever the sources are not available, they try to do a hire externally. These all discussions and everything will be carried in the discover phase, that is the initial phase. Then comes into the once the team has been set. These are the resources required. You have a lead, that is SDM, Service Delivery Manager. You have a transition manager who will be going and leading the project initially, and then it will be handing over to the SDM. Everything will be done in the discover phase. Once the team has been set and module specific and the leads are also be in line, then comes the second phase, that is the prepare phase. In the prepare phase, what will happen? Each module specific consultant, that is if you are the EC consultant, I am a PMGM consultant, or somebody is a RCM consultant, that is a recruiting consultant. Every consultant will be setting up a one-to-one meeting with the product team. From the product team, who are the key users, who are the owners for that particular module, they will be setting up a meeting. And these consultants will be interacting with each module specific to understand what is the requirement. And to gather that requirement from a module specific, and they will be also having a document that is a standard document which is called as a workbook. This workbook is being provided by SAP. They will gather the requirement and they will update the requirement in the workbook. Each module consultant they will interacting with the key users of that particular module from the product team, and they will be gathering the requirement. Once they have gathered the requirement, they will be having a sign off of that requirement that this is the final requirement, and then it will give a clear picture in the prepared phase that what is the existing. Before gathering the requirement, they will also try to elaborate what is the existing process, what is the standard process which they are following. Every organization will be having some process flow. What is the process they are following and how it has to be mapped in the success factor application. That is the concept of A size and 2B. What is the process which has been following? That is the understanding in A size and which has to be mapped in the success factor that is coming under 2B. This is something like understanding the process, gathering the requirement and recording that requirements in this one, what you call workbook. And just taking the sign off of the workbook. Then comes the third phase. In the third phase, you will be having the configuration. Now you have a requirement. You have a team set, each consultants are there for each module. You know the process. You process flow from the customer. You gather the requirement and now we have to do the configuration. Configuration will be done. We have already seen how many environments are there. We have a development environment, we have a preview environment, and we have a production environment, right? We will be doing the configuration initially in the development environment, dev environment. When we are doing the configuration in the dev environment, after completing the configuration, we will be doing the testing. That is a unit testing. Either testing is successful or not. If the testing is successful, then we will be moving that configuration from the development environment to another environment. That is a testing environment where the customer will be going and doing the UAT testing, user acceptance testing. That is coming under the realize phase. The purpose of moving from development to the test environment, that is the preview environment, is that test environment is generally accessible by the UAT users, who will be responsible for doing the UAT testing. But in the development environment, it is purely the consultant where you are doing the configuration and the testing. In the realize phase, once the UAT testing is being done from the customer side, the key users, then they will confirm if any changes has to be done. If any changes has to be done, then again it will be done in the configuration, and again the testing will be done and the final test result will be displayed. We will be having a test cases, and we will be in each test cases will be evaluated and tested, and the test results will be updated, and that test results give the confirmation to move the configuration from the test environment to the production environment. For moving the configuration from the test environment to the production environment, we'll be using certain tools, that is instant refresh tool, and we have certain tools that I will be elaborating in the coming sessions. If time permits, I will cover up in this session only. There are certain tools where you are moving the configuration from one environment to another environment when we are getting confirmed that the UAT testing is successful. That is in the realize phase. And then in the realize from the realize phase, it will be moving into the deploy. Deploy means into the production system. For moving it, we have certain options where we will be moving those configuration. Once the configuration has been moved, we will be launching the application with the run and launch. That is the go live. We always see in the IT sector that there is a go live date. This is something like where the application is being ready to use by the end users from that day onwards. From the discover phase to the deploy phase, it is the entire go live process which is going on. Starting with the requirement gathering, then doing the configuration testing, UAT testing, getting confirmation, moving the configuration from the test system to the production, launching the application, everything till run and launch. This is from the scratch onwards, where we start with the discover and then we go with the run and launch. That is deploying the configuration into the production. Any questions till here? Once the go live is being compared, we have various partner companies. Partner companies, we know the Deloitte, we have Accenture, we have Capgemini, we have various partner companies. Some partner companies, they take care of the implementation. Some partner companies, what they do after the post implementation, they take care of the support and maintenance. When this partner company has completed the implementation and the application is go live, then there is a concept called hypercare period, where 30 to 45 days is coming under hypercare period, and that hypercare period is considered as in the period where after the post implementation, if any errors, bugs or issues are coming in that hypercare period, the partner company who has implemented that particular application for the go live, they will be taking care for any issues or bugs. And after 30 days, they will be handing over the entire configuration documents workbooks, implementation document. Everything will be handed over to the support team. That is the new support team, new partner company who is taking care for the support. There will be some knowledge transfer sessions. going with the knowledge transfer sessions again from a partner company, support company to the implementation company. They will be preparing some planning sessions. In the planning sessions, they will be preparing some documents that what are the knowledge sharing has to be carried up for each module, each consultants from the support team. They will be preparing the document. And that document they will be sharing to the implementation partner company consultants who understand that these are the topics which we are planning to cover in the knowledge sharing. If anything they have missed, please kindly add. That all thing is covered under the planning sessions. Once the planning session is being done, then the partner company, implementation company, what they used to do, they will share some process kit. Process kit means they will schedule a knowledge sharing session where they will try to elaborate what is the process for that particular module which has been taken care from a company, specific client, specific. That is the process CAT process knowledge sharing session. Once the process CAT has been completed, then they will be going as per the document. They will be going with the case sessions with the support team and all the documents and everything will be shared. Within these 30 days or 45 days of time, if any issues or any errors are coming, that all ongoing issues and errors will be also shared to the support team. And the support team, we can see, and the support team, they will further, after the hypercare period, there will be an effective date from this effective date onwards. The issues will be taken care by the support team. The support comprises of service issue change, request and incidents. And whenever the customer's IT team will be raising a request there from the IT help desk, that will be channelized to a ticketing tool. That ticketing tool is known as, we have two ways of ticketing tool that is known as Jira and ServiceNow. Lot of companies, they used to use Jira. Lot of companies, they used to use ServiceNow. In the Jira or in the ServiceNow, that ticket will be created and from there it will be assigned to the respective consultants, module specific consultant, and that module specific consultants can able to access that particular support ticket. Now, what are the type of support tickets we can able to expect? We have a service issue ticket, change request ticket and incidents. Incident is something like the configuration is correct, but the result is not coming correctly to analyze it. They will be keeping that type of a requirement under the incident. Change request is something where in these phases, whatever configuration which we have done apart from that configuration, if any new configuration is there coming up, that they are putting it in the change request. That is a new requirement that will be taken care by the support consultant. Similarly, service issue means configuration is correct, but there is an issue with the application. Issue with the application means the application is by default from SAP. We need to coordinate with SSP that is coming under this one, that is coming under service issue. We have a service issue, we have a change request, and we have an incident which is generally covered under the ticketing tool. And we have a two type of ticketing tools. One is Jira and one is ServiceNow. Understood the process here, the entire implementation process, and after implementation, how the support team take over from the implementation team. Any questions here? No, I'm good. Because when you're getting into a project, These are something which nobody will tell you. This generally comes with an experience, or when you get some activity, you will know this is the process or in a project which goes on. But if I am just elaborating to you, then you only be mentally prepared when you're entering into a project. This may be the process in your project which they will follow. You will have a clarity. You should not be a new person. You'll be aware of these things. That is the thing. This topic also I just covered in the introduction to mastery. Then comes the another topic, that is deployment. Deployment means what? When you are getting into a project, we should be having a clarity that what is the type of project. What is the type of customer? What is the landscape? What is the type of customer you are having? Your customer, you may be handling multiple customers. You can also see what is the type of customers you are handling means what is the system they are following. They are following some existing system. Now they're totally migrating from the existing to the new system, that is SuccessFactors system. That is one scenario. They are going with the existing system also and they want to keep the SuccessFactors system also. For example, they are using SAP Oracle. Now they want to keep the Oracle system also, but they want to also add SuccessFactors also. In that case, what will happen? They're keeping two systems. One is the legacy system, that is Oracle, and another one is the SuccessFactors system. That type of model which a company is following, that is called as a hybrid model. That is known as a hybrid model. If you have a customer where your customer is having a system that is APHRR also or some existing system also and also cloud that is SuccessFactors, then that type of a system is called as a hybrid model. Full cloud SCM means what? To cloud SCM means already they are using Oracle. Now they are totally migrating from the Oracle to the SuccessFactors. It indicates that now they are not using other Oracle. They are totally moving into the cloud. In that case, what will happen? They are totally winding up the existing system and they're totally moving up from the existing system to the cloud. That type of a system is called as a full cloud SCM. You may be having a customer where they are totally moved into the SF application, that is into the cloud. Now the third scenario is something like a side-by-side deployment. Side-by-side deployment is another scenario where your customer having a group of companies. This group of companies, suppose let's take a group of company like Reliance, where they are having various other entities. They are into infrastructure, they are into retail, they are into oil gas refinery. Reliance don't want to go into the entire implementation for all the entities, but they will be going for the implementation for first one entity and they will go and see if this entity is working successfully, then they will go for the another entities. If that is the process, then what they will do? They will go up with, suppose infrastructure as a one entity and they will be going and implementing. After maybe 1 year or 2 years, they can able to plan up for rolling out that implementation to the another entities. That type of a model is called as a side-by-side deployment model. That type of a model, if a company is following, that is called as a side-by-side deployment model, where the implementation is going on a phase-to-phase basis. Phase 1 it will be going with one country or one entity, and the phase 2 it will be going with another countries and another entities in the coming years. That is called as a side-by-side deployment. Any questions here in terms of deployment model? And finally, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.